Oh my goodness. We are better. Alright everybody, welcome back. I'm enjoying the Beavertown Hazy Gravity, Hazy IPA from Beavertown. As you've seen, the videos are starting to go up again. I've got another one that's been scheduled to be uploaded as of when I'm recording this, and it's good to be back. I've really missed it. I can't thank you enough for your comments that have been rolling in, people saying that they've missed the uploads and things like that. When you have so much time away, you don't really consider that people are still wanting to view the content, but after the videos have started going up and I've had such nice comments about people saying welcome back and such, you guys rock, and it's pushing me forward to really crack on with the channel and continue the growth that we had before. And to be fair, like nearly 12,400 people still subscribed. I haven't lost any subscribers in the absence, really, which is fantastic. And that goes for the Patreon page as well. People still on there supporting, which is brilliant. And more important now, because I'm self-employed, the support that I'm getting on Patreon is another income, which is fantastic. So if you want to support me, head over to Patreon. Of course, you don't have to, but if people are wanting to, there is a place to do it. So head over to Patreon. I think the link's in the description. The content's still going to go up on the channel as per usual. But if you do want to support, it's there. Okay, that being said, I put a video out and a post about some questions. I wanted to do a Q&A because it's been so long since I've been back on the tubes, and I've sort of landed with a bit of a video like, what's happening, I'm back, and then hit it with a brew day video, and then hit it with a post brew day video, which I thought was pretty important because it was just really recapping the first brew back after such a long time. And then we've had the video that's landed about this, which is the Cake King Fermenter Junior, which we're going to be using once the beer is finished its dry hop, which we're doing today. But the support's been fantastic, thank you very much. Feels good to be back. I said in Harry's video, I think Harry caught it, where I said, like, if it doesn't get filmed on the phone and edited on the phone, it ain't gonna get done. And then since then, like a day after that, I was like, nah, I need to be able to get back onto the editing suite, which I have been. And I thought it was going to be a long-winded sort of relearn of the editing suite. It was like riding a bike. Still got the muscle memory of how to cut, how to redo, how to go back, how to zoom in, how to zoom out, how to add music, everything was still there in here, which was fantastic. So it made it a nice and easy process to get back into, which made it enjoyable again. So before we get to some questions, let's get this beer dry hopped. Let me get her out of the fridge of what we need. So the dry hop for this Idaho 7 American Pale Ale is 250 grams with the added vitamin C of Idaho 7, which is quite the dry hop, and it had quite the Whirlpool edition. But we're going to crack open the Keezer and we're going to get them dry hops into there. So today is Sunday, so it's 6 days after we brewed this beer. There's still quite the krausen on there, but what we're going to do is we're going to take off the spunding valve. We're going to release pressure in the fermenter. I'm going to crack the lid, dump the dry hops in, lid back on, and then I'm going to add some gas, which is already set to 10 psi, back to this and leave it for, I think the recipe says 3 days, but we shall see. It might get a bit longer. It depends on when I get back in here to rack it. Anyway, gas is back on, so let's crack on with it. Righty-ho, let me get the star Sam. So another reason why I wanted to hurry up and get this bottle here from Amazon is I want to basically spray this whole contraption down, lid and everything. I want to take off the spunding valve. There we go, she's off. I'll give her a spray in there, ready for going back on. We want to reduce the pressure. Let's get that pressure out of there. While that's doing that, I'm going to spray this down with Star Sand. It might be over the top, but it doesn't matter. You've got the spray bottle there, give it a spray. It don't matter. I'm going to leave that just on the side. I'm going to get some scissors. I'm going to get this dry hot. Oh, fragging right, bite. Them scissors sanitised. Oh yeah, baby. Right, so the gas has been purged from this fermenter. I'm going to crack the lid on her. Son of a gun! There we go. She's cracked. And we're going to dump in the 250 grams plus the vitamin C that Harry's very kindly added to this batch of dry hops. And we're going to get her into the fermenter. So let's get this cut off. There we go. Lid and everything else. Collar lid and everything else off. And in we go with the dry hop. Dry hop, vitamin C, everything in. Seat the lid, that's seated. Put the collar back on. That's that. As easy as that. My goodness me. And the sanitised spunding valve, which we'll put on in a minute. Let me just grab the gas in. Give that a sanitise down. I'm going to top her up with CO2 and purge at the same time, so that any oxygen, any air that's got in there from me opening the lid and dumping the dry hops will get purged out. That's it. Off with the gas. Back on with the spunding valve. You might hear this hissing. No, that's perfect. 10 psi is in there. I mean the secondary reg is set for 10 psi, so all the regulators are pretty much cock on. But there we go. That's the dry up done. Beautiful. Oh, fellas, it smells good in there. Oh my goodness! Just this camera. Oh, it feels good to be back at it. My goodness, I can't believe I've waited this long. I mean, it wasn't my fault. I had some people asking like why the long wait, and basically you all know the story, or if you don't know, here it is. I'm self-employed now, and so I had to concentrate on getting myself up and running, and so this place went by the way by, but I needed it. I didn't realise how much I did until I started brewing again, that I needed it. And to be back in running through the process of everything is, although the information is still in there, because I've not done it for so long, I'm having to sort of drag it out of myself again. But that was effortless to get it in there. If I had another snub nose or another fermenting vessel I could pressurise, which I'm hoping won't be too long before we can do this, I could have put the dry hops into that secondary fermenter, purged everything out of there, and then done a rack from the snub nose into the other fermenter. Completely closed transfer, completely eradicating any oxidization. But at the minute where we are, just taking the lid off, dumping the hops in, and then purging any oxygen that might have got in there is where we are at the minute. But the process is simple. I'm so pleased to be back up and running. So dry hops are in. Another 3-4 days of dry hopping, which will take us into the middle of the week that's coming. Today's Sunday, so it'll be like Wednesday, Thursday, and then we can get a rep into this, and we'll be serving off of that. So I did ask for any questions. We're going to finish the video with a couple of questions that got put to us. Mickey Sutton has asked, when are you giving the coconut shy a go on the new brewery? If the coconut shy IPA is something that everyone wants me to brew again, then I will definitely brew it up. It's a fantastic pale ale, and if it is what you want, if it's what you want to see, which at the end of the day is why I'm doing it, then leave a comment below saying brew the coconut shy. But I'm really looking forward to getting the coconut shy brewed up again. Harry has another method with the coconut where he grinds up the coconut in a food processor to make the coconut finer. I haven't done that yet, so if I do the brew day again, then we're going to do that. In fact, I've been in talks with Harry recently. I said, look, when are we've got to book in another collaboration brew day. He was like, just tell me when, mate, and I'll be there. So I'm really excited. I might get him over to do the coconut shy IPA again. It'd be really good, because the coconut shy IPA is a recipe that we developed together, basically, and he actually entered it into a competition, a SEBA competition, and got bronze with it. So I think it'd be only right to get him here and brew the coconut shy again on the new kit in the new brewery. So if it's something you want us to do, then you've got to let me know. Leave a comment. Spam me with the comments and let me know if you want to see it. Thomas Shelvin has asked, what equipment would you suggest an absolute novice homebrewer use that won't break the bank, but also give the great tasting results when either making a stout or a wheat beer? And he said he loves the channel. I'm glad I'm back. It's them sort of messages that really push me on to grow the channel, continue with the channel. People saying that I'm glad to see you back, and that they've missed me. So, a piece of equipment. Now, it depends what your budget is. I mean, you don't want to break the bank, but how much do you want to get into the world of home brewing? So you could start off with just a 5-gallon fermenting bucket like this, and do yourself a kit. And if it's the first beer you've ever made, it will taste fantastic. If you're wanting to go into the all grain and you don't want to pay out for all the different pots like what we're using here, I mean, everything we're using here is SS Brewtech. We took the plunge and we bought the 2 kettles, one for the boil, one for the HLT, and then we added all the extra bits and bobs, the Hermes coil, the side glass, the mash tun, which is insulated. All these things are fantastic. They really work well. The mash tun, which is insulated, obviously helps dramatically in keeping your temps when you're doing your mash. It depends how far you want to go down the line. But if you're wanting to do something that's going to create a really nice product at the end of the day that is in the all grain spectrum, maybe look at something like a Grainfather. that's an all-in-one system that does the lot. It does the mash, does the boil, you can sparge, it comes with the chiller. Maybe something like that might be a way to go. Matthew Taylor has said, aside from the multi-award winning Harrison's Brewery, of course, what is your favourite craft beer in the UK at the minute? Well, drinking a Beavertown at the minute. But I would say that my favourite craft brewery at the minute is probably Buxton Brewery. They really do create some fantastic ales which are phenomenal, and there's many an occasion where my friend Patrick will message me saying that there's a new line of Buxton Brewery beers out, and I'm all over them. And in the same breath, Thornbridge, which is literally down the road from me at Bakewell, they make some fantastic beers as well. In fact, they're going down the line as well of souring in cask. They've got the cask sour ales, which they release periodically, and he's always over there. So when he's there, my good friend Patrick, he messages me and says, look what they've got on at the tap room. So Thornbridge and Buxton, they are very local to me, and they are doing some fantastic beers. Buxton do a lupulous range where they do like a single hop ale, and they are fantastic. 81 Bedhead says, where have you been, brother? I've missed your content, but so happy that you're back on the tube. So again, people saying that they're so happy I'm back. It's mind-blowing really to think that after so long people are still thinking about me, which is brilliant, brilliant, fantastic. So where I've been, basically I left a job. It was a fantastic place to work. All my friends that were there were a lot older than me. They were coming up to retirement age. They'd worked at the company for like 20-30 years before I even turned up, and it was just a fantastic place to work. I couldn't wait to get to work in the morning, and slowly it changed. It got bought out, the company got bought out several times, and every time it just went downhill. So I had to make a change, and I have become self-employed again. So now I'm self-employed. Now the income is very important from the business side, but obviously YouTube, the income that comes from YouTube goes into that, and the income that comes from Patreon goes into that. So it means that if I can make this work, I'll continue to do it, which I will. I'll obviously continue to do this because I love it, but the income that comes from Patreon, from YouTube, goes towards my self-employed income, and it means that I can justify spending more time in here because that money's rolling in. Can you do a video regarding your water profile from your supplier and how to adjust it? Certainly can. That will be a video that I'll definitely put out there now that I know that I can get the supplier information and input it into Beersmith. That's from Sean Haley. Thank you very much. Daz, he says, will you be moving your upload schedule from the current annual release to something more frequent? Yes, I will be doing, of course. So you're probably aware that every other day there's been a video or something similar to that. There's been a video that's been uploaded. Yeah, I'm not going to be taking the annual route again. Adam Sammy says, how's life? How's the new self-employed / family / brewing balance life treating you? So yeah, self-employed, it took me a good year and a bit to settle into it, to get a structure of doing the work, going out and quoting the work, coming back, typing up the quotes, sending them out, as well as running that into family life. So where the brewing comes into it is the girls are now getting older to the point where they are quite self-sufficient in the house, looking after themselves with the switch that they play on, the tablets, the telly, and if they need me, they just come out and ask for me. So when I want to brew on a Saturday when my wife's working, I can quite happily brew and know that they're safe, not like trying to swallow batteries, because they're at the age now where they're not doing daft stuff like that. So hopefully it's going to open up a little bit more opportunity for me to get in here when the wife's at work. JC Saniac, JC in Saniac. But you know my question, you have an empty Keezer and Christmas is coming. What are you brewing next? Cheers and welcome back. It's good to be back. You know, forget Christmas. I've arranged for a bonfire party to be held at the house, and I'm thinking that a good beer that I could have on there is the McKellar Breakfast Stout that we brewed up years ago. I want to get that back on tap because it's cold, fireworks are going off. Yeah, we'll have some pale ales on, something light, but I want something substantial and something a little bit dark, a little bit like bonfire toffee on a bonfire night. And I think the McKellar Breakfast Stout is something that I'd want on there as well. And if it doesn't get drunk, guess what? It can wait till Christmas. Another beer that I want to get done and nailed is something very simple, which is a bitter, right? Because I'm wanting to think about where do I want to go with the brewery now. Do I want to just keep it homebrew and something just for YouTube? Or do I want to, now I'm free as a self-employed person, do I want to think about maybe in the future going professional? And if that's the case, every professional brewery needs a best bitter. So I might be cracking on with a best bitter and nailing something like that. And then we'll finish with Stuart Moore. He said, if you slap yourself in the face, does it hurt? Does that mean you're weak or strong? I don't need to slap myself in the face. I've literally just been out to a local pub and my daughter's been slapping me around the face all the time. It hurts. That doesn't mean you're weak or strong. It just means it hurts. I had another comment about a video suggestion which I will be doing, which is a contrast between the old brewery and the new brewery, which stay tuned for that. And then a lot of comments just saying welcome back. I can't get over it enough, mate. I can't get over it enough how much support I've had. It's been fantastic. I've been blown away. Well, that's it, fellas. So we've had some questions. We've had the dry up that's gone into the Idaho 7, and I can't wait to crack on with some more videos. I've got some more equipment turning up, which we'll run through pretty shortly. But like I've had like a pH meter that's turning up and stuff like that. I've got an old iPad that I want to get in the brewery because I'm thinking about getting a tilt for the fermenters so I can monitor everything. So there'll be videos on that. I'm really looking forward to what's coming up, and I hope you are too. A lot of the people as well, I was checking the analytics, a lot of the people are new viewers which are viewing the videos. If you're new and you're thinking, who's this barn pot that's just rolled up, hit the subscribe button please, turn on the notifications because we're going to be knocking out some more beers. But that's it, fellas. So as always, don't forget to thumb us video kiss don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Click on what's around the go, so the big of the world. See you next time. I'm out of here.